taking you away. For your stole traveling's gone.
You know what?
So the young might see no more. Our prison ship lies waiting in the bay. That's right. We watched the small fields fly. Our love was on the way. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's lonely on the fields of that ride. By lonely prison wall, I heard England calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the genocide of the crowd, I rebel, they cut me down. You must raise a child with dignity. Fields of Anton Rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was all the way. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's a lonely round the fields of Anton Rye. She watched the last star falling as the prison ship set out against the sky. For she lived in hope and prayed for the love and heart to pay. It's a lonely
the back of him, is it? You're dying to be in it, aren't you? How are you doing? Your dreams and songs to sing.
Yeah, okay.
Nice to see all the Cork flags over on this side. No rainbow flags. Woo! The sun's in the way now to be getting speeches. I'm going to have to check my time.
How you doing, everyone?
Hey!
Thanks for coming out today. You all look great. Look, smashing day for the game, and we're standing on a new piece of real estate today, which is fine by me. The reason I came up here today, I didn't even put anything together, but the main reason that I wanted to speak today was to, try to bring Cork Says No back to what it used to be. These
Degenerate.
these individuals down here, the media, politicians, they're trying to make Cork Says No into an anti-library movement. Okay? A few weeks ago we were LGBT, then we were racists. It's always about anti-something, and you can see the narrative building now in the last few days. We're anti-library, right? And you know what's going to happen on Monday? The media is going to be blowing on about how the Rainbow Rangers rescued the library on Saturday. They smashed the fash away from the library and rescued the books for our children, and well done to the Rainbow Rangers, and you know exactly the way it's going to go. But look, do you know what? This is better, right, if you ask me, because we can't allow them to build the narrative that they want to build. Because what they're going to do is, if we carried on standing over there, they would pass some new law. No protests allowed within 100 yards of libraries, with a 2-year and a €5,000 fine, and this, that, and the other. There's no harm at all in moving around. We don't have to stay here every time. We'll move around. But you know what? I was saying it earlier. If we went over to Dawn Square today, and if we did Cork Says No in Dawn Square for the next 3 or 4 events, they'd say Cork Says No is against McDonald's. We need to rescue McDonald's. We need McDonald's. Nazi scum away from McDonald's. So we won't give them the opportunity. Or let's bring Cork Says No was always about. It was about what's happening in this country with illegal, mass, uncontrolled inward migration that is being facilitated by An Garda Síochána. Hi lads.
And the Irish are pushed out.
That's what we started with, okay? They're bringing people into the country. 650 people a week are coming in, not from war zones. They're not being persecuted. They're not in danger, right? Because they're traveling through multiple different countries to get here, and they're coming to Ireland mostly for welfare. In fact, it's practically all for welfare, okay? And the government are facilitating that. And that's why we took to the streets with Cork Says No. That was the number one reason. Irish people are being turfed out of their homes. I was talking to a man 5 minutes ago, right? He's got 2 elderly children, not elderly now, but in their, 20s or 30s, who are living at home with their mums. Okay? They can't afford rent, they can't afford a mortgage, they won't get a council house. Okay? But if you rock up here from Azerbaijan, right, with a pair of, what's the most expensive shoes you can get? What are they called? I don't know.
Fuck it, I don't know.
Look, a pair of Gucci runners,
can't even afford them myself.
You'll be put up in a council house, lickety split. You'll have a fine big welfare check like every week, and there's no fear of you whatsoever. Meanwhile, our own people are literally dying on the streets, right? Our children have to leave this country to get a home because they've no choice, because they have the same options that man's kids have. They can't afford rent, they can't afford a mortgage, they won't get a council house. There was an estate went up in Dublin the other day, up in Finglas. Okay, Gavin Pepper was talking about it and a few others. Okay, I think there was 20 houses released. 17 of the houses went to Africans and Arabs. 3 of the houses went to Irish people. Can you imagine? We have a man here that applied for one of them, an Irish man, and look at him, the violent left again are starting. Lads, please pay no attention to them. Lads, can you grab them and bring them back here again, please, because we don't need this bad publicity. Okay? Lads, can you come back here and listen to me, please? The Gardaí will have no problem at all arresting anyone on this side of Grand Parade. Know that. But if you stand on the other side, you have immunity. So keep that in mind, lads, please. Our young people are flooding out of this country because they have no choice. And those young people are being replaced, not at an equal number, in bigger numbers, by fake UGs from all over the world. This country is being planted, and we need to get back. And we need to get back to speaking about that and focusing on that, because that, as far as I'm concerned, is the #1 issue. The filth inside the libraries, we're dealing with that. We're going to continue to deal with that. But let's pull ourselves back, find our centre and recalibrate. They're hitting us from all angles here. We're getting bombarded with taxes to pay for excess CO2 in the air, okay? When we don't have the money for it. We're being hit from all angles possible, okay? And you know what I'm asking people is today, don't engage with those lunatics, and let's find the centre from where we were a few months ago, and let's push outwards from there again. Well, lads, we got some great speakers here today. I want to thank, we've Mick Brazil is down, the Irish Gig, came all the way down to see us. The great and fearless Fergus Power is down from Dublin. Ferg has been standing with his chest out and his back protecting the people of Ballybrack and the people of Dublin with a long time now, and you know we're so proud to have him here today, and you know I just want to say thanks for coming down and spending a bit of time with us. So lads, I'm going to get off the mic here, I'm going to let the other lads get up here and speak, but listen, Cork says no!
Very great speech.
That's fine.
Hey lads, how's the 5x5 there for the sound? How's the sound doing, lads?
My name is Paddy Wolman. I'm from Youghal in East Cork. I've been sitting here a while, listening to people down here directing their boil this way, and I had to listen to being called far-right extremist and fascist, when I know for a fact that I'm actually a little left of centre, which is why I'm here and was invited here to speak, because when we are here, it is ordinary people having their say, exercising their constitutional right to voice their opinions peacefully and in public. Way back in 1986, I approached a politician with a question. I wanted to know why he had voted against banning the Nazi Party in his country, as most so-called civilizations had already done. He wasn't an Irish politician, so he didn't burst into song or assault me.
Well said.
But like any politician, he answered my question. Any politician worth his salt will answer the question.
Exactly.
He answered my question with another question. He asked me if I believed in democracy. And I said, of course I do. So he said, no, really think about it. Do you believe, he asked me this, do you believe that everybody should have the right to participate in decision making when the decisions being made directly affect them? The right for everybody to participate, to have a say, to say yes, to agree or to disagree with any decision that will directly affect them. I said, of course I do. I said exactly, because that's what democracy is all about. It's the right for everybody to participate in the decision making that affects them. So then, yes, so do you believe that in our society and in our land that everybody has the right to have their says on issues that affect them?
Yes, of course.
Yes, he said this to me because I asked him why he didn't voted against banning the Nazi Party. So he said, yes, I want to ban one group because I do not agree with their views. I want to silence their voices, stifle their right to participate in society because I do not agree with their views.
It's communism.
Well, he said, that's your democracy gone out the gap, isn't it? You are a hypocrite, not a Democrat. For anybody curious as to who that politician was that I bumped into that night in 1986, in a quiet corner of a cafe, during the intermission of a theatre production of Macbeth, in a town in the south of Sweden. His name was Olof Palme, a Swedish politician. Only a short time later, he was assassinated while walking home from the cinema with his wife by as yet unknown and nameless cowards who obviously did not agree with his views. He was a true Democrat and believed that everyone has the right to be heard. A very rare thing in a politician. I wanted to tell you that story because that encounter made me realize that democracy is not as easy as it looks. In a democratic, just and fair society, you must put your money where your mouth is. You claim you want to uphold the values of equality, justice and freedom, and I'm directing that there, to that end of this street. You claim you want to uphold the values, that you stand for all-inclusive society. Yet you will deny others whose views you do not agree with, you will deny them the space to have their voice heard. You are hypocritic, not democratic.
Yay!
This government put what they called a citizens' assembly in place, made up of 100 members handpicked by the government to make recommendations to government to create the illusion that you do actually have a say. In 2013, there were two recommendations made to government. A vote of 79% for a referendum to be held on same-sex marriage. A referendum was held. A vote of 83%, that was the second recommendation. A vote of 83% for a referendum to be held on the introduction of citizens' initiatives to create a more direct democracy. This government ignored that recommendation. No referendum was held.
By this sound, I'm down the shop by and
Watch. Referendum. 79% of the people wanted for same-sex marriage. Better democracy. 83% of the population wanted a referendum to create a better democracy. We had a referendum on same-sex marriage. We had no fucking referendum on democracy. I'm going to keep going. 2018, we had more recommendations, two more recommendations to government. This time, 57% wanted a referendum to be held on the termination of pregnancy. And the referendum was held. A vote of 69% for a referendum to be held on the introduction of citizens' initiatives to create a more democratic democracy, a more direct democracy. %. Yep. Referendum was held. 69% for a more direct democracy. Ignored. No referendum held. This Irish government made the decision to put the country in lockdown. Those businesses, those pubs, those restaurants, those schools, universities, stopped building homes and cancelled hospital operations. They've driven you into poverty, sold off your natural resources, decimated your domestic industries, denied you a roof over your head, denied you adequate health care, denied you the means to properly feed, clothe and protect your children. You can't pay your electricity bill, you can't survive on your pension, They ignored 13,000 of your homeless fellow Irishmen, yet housed 85,000 others from a country that's not even part of the EU.
Well said, Paddy. Yes, very true, Paddy, very true.
And they passed hate speech laws to shut you up from even daring to say what you feel about that. All without your participation, consultation or consent. While the vulture funds and multinational corporations that they serve are hoovering up every cent you own to feed their thirst for massive profit. Doesn't matter what mixed bag of politicians that get elected by the skin of their teeth and subsequently get thrown together to make up a government in power. Whether or not that government consisted of one political party or a dysfunctional cabal of failed parties and loose independents, the fact remains that they and they alone make every decision that impacts directly on you and everyone else in this country without your participation, consultation or your consent. Because there is no mechanism in place for you to have your say in any of those decisions. Even if the majority of the population wanted a referendum on any issue, whether or not you get that referendum is decided solely by a handful of your so-called elected representatives. That has to change.
Yeah, Paddy.
In about 10 months from now, we, people of Ireland, will be interviewing 949 new employees from 31 local electoral areas for the job of looking after our best interests in our communities. We will be choosing 949 councillors. We will be employing them and paying them well to get the job done for us, the job of representing us at local government level. We will not be employing them to dictate to us what they want us to do.
Yeah. They'll work for us.
We will be employing them to do what we want them to do. Unlike in the past, this time we're going to make sure we get what we pay for. They are our employees, and we will be paying them top dollar plus perks and expenses. And we, the electorate, their employees, will have a contract with them signed and witnessed in public and in front of the people that employ them, that is you, the electorate. No contract, no job. If you want a job, you will sign the contract. And if you want to keep your wage, you will keep doing your job. And if you don't keep doing your job, we will fire you.
Give the people back the power.
So, in the time leading up to the day when you will be choosing who gets the job. Your prospective employees will be calling to you for their interviews. Hand them your contract. Won't sign it, then no contract, no job. There is only one solution to the problems that this country is facing today. Remove the cause of the problems. Take away the power of government from the liars, the hypocrites, the traitors, and the criminals that have stolen it. And put it back where it belongs. Where it belongs. Here. Here. In your hands. In the hands of the people. So you show me where the power of government belongs. It belongs here. In your hands.
Bring on Rubicon.
Now, sticky part. How will we do this? Well, I tell you how we won't get it done. How we won't get it done. We won't get it done by putting the same liars and cheats back in power.
Yeah.
We will not get it done by endless protests and demonstrations. We will not get it done by gathering here in different groups and arguing amongst ourselves. We will not get it done by squabbling amongst ourselves and trying to drown each other's voices out.
Did you jump?
We will get it done. We will get it done
She is.
with unity. Unity of purpose. We must put aside our differing issues for the moment. Put aside our petty squabbles and concentrate on the root cause of the problems that divide us and affects us all. Our so-called government. Imagine this. Just imagine that instead of standing here in the street, that we were all sitting in a fancy restaurant. Bear with me. Just imagine it for a moment. We're not here on the street. We're sitting in a fancy restaurant.
With this T-shirt, is it?
Yeah, you'll be kicked out again.
Anyway, we're sitting there. And just imagine for a moment, we're all sitting comfortably in the restaurant, and a big fat rat runs across the floor.
Politician Leo.
Not all about it. The rat will cause a problem. There would be a few screams, people jumping on chairs maybe, people spilling their soup. That would most likely be the reaction. But it wouldn't solve the problem of the rat. But a waiter runs up, picks up a heavy stick, and flattens the rat. That would be a response, and it would solve the problem. Protests, rallies, demonstrations, horns, bells, whistles, spilling our soup all over our bibs is a reaction to the problems that we are facing in the country today. It is not a response, and it does not solve the problem. We need a response. We need to plan a response. Grab a big stick and sort out the problem. We have a big stick.
There we go.
big stick in a small book. Your constitutional rights and your vote. That's our big stick. But it's no use if we're going to continue running around like headless chickens, screaming and spitting on our soup, unless we use that stick to solve the problem. To solve the problem, your vote, your stick that you can use is government out next election.
Get him out!
I don't know.
The Rubicon Manifesto and this contract that I spoke about
He's like a wizard.
with your new employees, your paid
Your man
representatives.
is stick across the way. She was saying, is that the
Get
stick she's on
active.
about?
Stop reacting to the problem and start responding to the problem. Get them out, take back your power, and never, 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 ever again let it out of your hands.
Here, here, Paddy!
Where does the power of government lie?
With us! In our hands!
Here in our hands. That's where it rightly belongs. Government out next election, gone for short,
Here, here!
GONE.
She
You will
yeah.
find on Facebook.
Yeah.
Get active.
Get
Erin
on.
Go Broad.
Get on it. Earn your bra.
That's the Rebel City.
Well done to Paddy Bullman there, great words as usual. Lads, next on the mic is Mick Brazel. He's got a train to catch there on a while, so he's got a few more.
Go on, Nicky! On, Mick boy!
How are you all doing? Sorry, I'm a bit shy, so.
Ah, yeah.
I wasn't planning on talking today, but I will, as usual, I'll keep it short and sweet anyway, like I normally do, okay? We have a problem in this country with undocumented, unvetted, illegal
Shit.
male welfare migrants coming into this country. And that's our biggest problem. Can you hear, yeah?
Speak up.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we have a problem with migration in this country. It's not the migration that we're used to through the years, it's a different one. We have people coming into this country we know nothing about and they're a danger to all our children. We have people that come into this country that will sit and wait and don't do anything and commit a crime for a year or two, but eventually they will because they've committed crimes in other countries and we don't know that. These people down here always say about, oh, you're an unvetted male, you're an unvetted male, I'm an unvetted male. Well, the difference is the Gardaí can find out anything they want about me in about 3 minutes. They can't about any about with any of these men. These people, look, people are walking past here and they see the difference. They see everyone here quiet, talking amongst each other, and they see absolute crazy scenes down there. And more people in the country are waking up to what's happening, and I think it's important to stress at the minute that anybody that can put out content, share content, do what you can, speak to your neighbour, speak to your family, speak to Tom, Dick and Harry down the road that you don't know. Just speak to everyone. The more people we wake up now, the quicker we can win this. Yeah, look, I'm a concerned father. I'm not here doing this ranting under my 2 small children, and I'm not going to lie down. There's nothing going to make me lie down.
Yeah, I'm like fine.
Look, just before I go, I will shout out fair play to everyone that's here today, and fair play to everyone that is doing something. You're the people that are making a difference, and the more people that can do it, do it. And before I go as well, sorry now, I have to catch a train, but I want to shout out to the bus drivers from around the country that chartered the buses from the mental asylums to bring these people here today. You have some heads on you boys.
Yay!
You deserve a pint. Mind yourselves, all right?
Yay! Woo! Do you ever see his content? Hi girl, how are you?